Now, NBA YoungBoy is in such a terrible position right now, with facing a long prison sentence and his music career potentially being over due to his new arrest records. It's a pretty bad time to be NBA YoungBoy. Now, I'm about to share the reason on why NBA YoungBoy was sent to prison, as well as the exclusive prison sentence that he is going to face. If you would like to join the channel's giveaway on any items you see on screen, then just leave a like on the video, subscribe, and watch this video all the way until the end to be entered. Now, NBA YoungBoy is no stranger to the legal system, with him now being arrested around 15 times within the last few years. NBA YoungBoy will now be facing a lengthy prison sentence for his most recent incident involving an entire chase down from the FBI. NBA YoungBoy was currently wanted for charges dating back last year about firearms and substances, but now he has added resisting arrest and fleeing in a motor vehicle, which these charges alone can be a few years, not to mention the other case that he may be involved in where there was a drive-by act done, where allegedly NBA YoungBoy was inside of the car on the day it happened. All of this and more is going to make NBA YoungBoy face a pretty lengthy prison sentence. Now, NBA YoungBoy was taken into prison just the other week. This was for a court case that he was involved in all the way back in September of 2020. This court case happened as NBA YoungBoy was caught with 14 firearms on him, alongside some specific recreational type items. NBA YoungBoy had a lot of things on him that he definitely should not have. NBA YoungBoy was originally caught with these items as he was recording a music video flexing these items on camera. Now, this made law enforcement interested in raiding his house and him in general. After the FBI raid was done, that is when they found the 14 firearms and the recreational type items. And again, it's pretty common for a rapper to be flexing around firearms and things like that in music videos. Now, NBA YoungBoy was then released on bail. This was just last year until the court case started, and allegedly it started and NBA YoungBoy never ended up turning himself in. And that is actually why the FBI was then on the hunt for NBA YoungBoy. Now, NBA YoungBoy could be catching a charge of 1 to 5 years per firearm that he had, which means that's basically a minimum of 14 years in prison, or it could be even longer due to the fact that he also had these recreational type things on him at the time. And now, due to him also resisting arrest and fleeing from the law in a vehicle, NBA YoungBoy is probably looking around 15 years in prison, and that's not just me saying it, it's also from this famous rap lawyer who talks about rappers' court cases, and he also said around the exact same time frame. Now, NBA YoungBoy's life in prison will not be an easy one, and this is due to his priors list. NBA YoungBoy's priors list is longer than some books, and he can't just stay out of trouble. So due to this, he will be getting sentenced to most likely a high security prison, which does hold some of the worst inmates imaginable. Now, this could literally put his entire life and music career in danger. Now, make sure you continue watching as I'm about to share the truth behind his time in prison. Now, NBA YoungBoy is looking at a long prison sentence in the high security section. This basically means he'll be, as I said, with some of the worst inmates in the United States, which is definitely not a good thing. Luckily, NBA YoungBoy will be able to pay for protection while in lockup, which is a good thing, but honestly, who knows how good that even is. There has been rumors that inmates that are doing life behind bars do like to mess with rappers and wealthy people that end up going to prison, as they're very wealthy and they'll basically pay to never be touched. Now, a lot of these inmates will probably be doing things to get NBA YoungBoy to buy them commissary goods, books, phone time, and the list kind of just goes on and on. But still, even paying for protection and things like that while in lockup does not work all of the time. NBA YoungBoy will most likely be targeted due to him being a very young, wealthy man. for his charges, this is currently how it's going to look, and this has been coming from a lot of very reputable online sources. Now for the 14 firearms, NBA YoungBoy is allegedly trying to get the courtroom to think that they aren't his. And how this will basically end up working at the end is that every firearm that has his fingerprints on it, he will allegedly be catching a charge of 1 to 5 years per firearm. Now let's hope that this is 0, but remember, watching the music video, he was at least holding 1. So unless he cleaned it or got rid of that one, he could be good or it may end up pretty bad. But he definitely held at least 1 in that music video, as I know I watched it myself. The recreational type substances that were found, again, he can basically say it wasn't his, as there is definitely no name on it. Who really knows how that one will go, however, but there was a lot of people at the time in his house when he got raided, allegedly. Now this one has not been set in stone, but the fleeing in a motor vehicle and resisting arrest, a lot of people are saying that this will now be added to the court list, which basically is adding to his arrest record. And it is true, he did flee in a motor vehicle, and that is basically also resisting arrest, as he tried to run from the police in some fan's backyard. I'll even have some pictures on the screen for you. But this is what will really get NBA YoungBoy, as he clearly did it, and not to mention some fans literally took pictures of him running away. Now allegedly, NBA YoungBoy could be looking at around 3 to 8 years for this, as while you are fleeing in a motor vehicle from the law enforcement, he could have caused a very serious accident on the road and things in that nature. All in all, NBA YoungBoy could be facing around 10 plus years in prison, which is not going to end well for him at all. Not to mention, it will end his music career. But a lot of people probably don't understand the truth behind him running from law enforcement the other week. Now make sure you continue watching and I'll break it down really fast. Now NBA YoungBoy tried losing the feds in a high-speed chase just the other day. This is a whole other charge in itself, as I mentioned, but NBA YoungBoy's car was flagged down as apparently NBA YoungBoy was outstanding a federal warrant on his name. Once YoungBoy's car was found driving down the road, that's when the FBI started the chase for him. This set off a short pursuit, but once NBA YoungBoy's car stopped, allegedly YoungBoy tried making a run for it on foot. Yes, you heard me right, he tried making a run for the hills while wearing skinny jeans, designer shoes, with massive chains around his neck, and the feds pretty much obviously caught him, as you could tell what he was wearing. Now again, this is another charge in itself, and it's going to be making things much worse for him. And sadly, due to all of the things that I just discussed in this video, NBA YoungBoy will most likely be getting a pretty lengthy prison sentence. Anyways, everything I said in this video, as a quick disclaimer, is allegedly. He is innocent until proven guilty. I'm a huge NBA YoungBoy fan and I hope he gets released. Anyways, this has been District Trending, and I'm out. Peace.